Hello everyone, welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Melrose. It's nice to have you on board. What you're seeing here is my living room as it currently stands. I have not done anything since building the sofa, building the chest, which I use as a coffee table, and modernising the chest of drawers, which you see in the corner. There's still lots to be done. Let's build some furniture. I'm going to have a go at making a sideboard and a coffee table. I bought some 2x12 pine and I'm going to use pocket holes to assemble it. I've already cut it down to size. What I'm doing here is joining the sides, the top and the bottom together. It's a little fiddly. It's a nice change to work with real wood as opposed to plywood. The only problem, however, often the wood is imperfect. Now that I've joined the pieces together, I need to make sure it is square before I go on to the next bit. I want the sideboard to have 3 separate compartments. One where I can display stuff and 2 with doors on so it's nice and hidden storage. Okay, the frame's done. I think that's enough for one day. I'll take it up again tomorrow. I've decided to make the doors out of plywood, but bear with me, I've got an idea. Before I do that, however, the doors do not quite line up. So I'm going to have to play about with the dividing bit. Now I'm going to cover the plywood doors with these strips of real wood because it works out a lot cheaper. I just need to decide how I'm going to lay the strips out. But to be honest, I better make it easy for myself. running short of the strips, and the sheepskate I really don't want to go and spend more money on this thing. But I may have to. Okay, the next thing I need to do is glue them all down, making sure that they are exactly straight. And I may need to get the saw out and cut just a small sliver to put on the end. Found clamping them as I went along an easier way of managing to keep them in line. I left them to dry overnight and then I trimmed off the excess strip. That done, I decided to sand the doors down. Now I was wondering what I was going to do with the edges of the door, but a solution found itself while I was sanding. As you can see, I rounded off the edges of the door with the sander, and that gave it a nice curved look. So I don't need to find trim for that, and that I thought was quite a good idea. The doors are ready for varnish. I'm going to start off with the wood conditioner to make sure it gets an even coating. I gave the doors 2 coats of stain, sanding in between, and then I put on 3 coats of the polyurethane varnish. So far, things are going relatively smoothly. Only a few minor problems which were easily resolved. Now I'm on to making the base. I've made a few bases before, so this was relatively straightforward. It was made out of 2x2s. I sanded them and stained them before I assembled them, which is what I'm doing now. This cupboard weighs a ton, so I got my sister to help me move it indoors before I put on the final bits. As you can see, I have stained them, put the back on. I am going to varnish them with the polyurethane and hang the doors. But please, can we have a moment to admire these doors? I don't know if you agree or disagree, but they are beautiful. The striped wood was genius. Absolutely love the doors. Onto the coffee table. Originally, I made a large chest that I used for storage, and that was going to be a coffee table, but I really don't like it in the space. The top of the coffee table will be made out of plywood and then covered with a tongue and groove. The legs obviously will be made out of solid wood. I think I will use a 2x4s. big enough, so I had to improvise in order for the joints not to shift. So hopefully this will dry flat without any problem. Once the glue had dried, I glued everything to the piece of plywood, and then I attempted to get it all square in order to then put the legs on and so on. This is when things started to go terribly wrong. To save money, I used some 2x4s that I had here already, and they were treated wood. I went and bought just one 2x4 untreated wood. Now, I don't know if that's what caused all the problems. Then I drilled pocket holes. Now, my pocket hole jig only goes up to 1 3/4. I don't know if that was the problem. The screws that I bought were 2-inch. I then went back and bought 2.5-inch. So I don't know if it was the 2-inch screws that was causing problems, but it was a mess. I couldn't get the joints to lock. I couldn't get it squared. I dismantled it probably about 6 or 7 times. Now we're going into day 2 and day 3 of making this coffee table. Nothing was going right. Even the drill bit broke, which I've never had happen to me before. I took a few days off, pondered on it, dismantled everything, and started again on it. I finally finished it, only to realise that it's too small for what I want. I couldn't believe it. But not to worry, I will swap it with the one in the rental, that big white table, if you've seen my videos. It's a nice coffee table, I'll give it that, but it gave me a run for my money. Now I need some decor pieces on a budget. I cut this tree limb, let it dry out for a week or so, and then I transformed it into this using gold spray paint. And then I casted it in cement and bought a nice basket for it to stand in. While out shopping in Bridgetown, I came across this, absolutely gorgeous, but it didn't come with a frame, so I quickly made one. I bought these beautiful historical prints, quite a while ago from Cape Shepherd. They were very expensive, but I had to have them. And then I bought some frames to mount them in. Aren't they absolutely lovely? Now here's the fun bit. Getting all the pictures hung and getting the sideboard styled.
I like to be educated, but I'm so frustrated. Hello to my loneliness. I guess that ignorance is bliss. Take me back to before I knew. Rewind, take it out of cue. Innocence can be a young man's game. Signed up for the hall of shame. I wish I knew how much I miss not knowing that we're all screwed.
Now, let me remind you what it looked like before. and what it looks like now. I absolutely love it. This space is so much more relaxing, so much more homely. This will do for me. Grand. The sideboard I absolutely love. It has a almost 1960s retro feel about it. Really enjoyed making this piece of furniture. What do you think? Please let me know in the comments below. That'll be it for now. Thank you all for watching and all my regular supporters. I appreciate you. Until next time, bye for now.